I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is. Now get it. Big Snoop Dogg. It's in the game.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get the off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstated, your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want.
Coach, winter is just around the corner as you get a look at New Era Field just south of Buffalo, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Buffalo Bills. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready, ready.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Although a jet sweep to start the drive. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Set, ready. 10-2 stop. Look, squeeze.
Watch one.
Go.
Check safety, check safety. Check 31, check 31.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Let's go.
From the 30 on second down. Manning into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
Now the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out. If you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on third down, Manning. And that is incomplete.
So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
It's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down.
Here we go.
Here we go on fourth down with Manning. And this is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. To throw once more on second and 10. Manning. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try pressure advantage.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. On first and 10. It's Jackson. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. Now Jackson. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a...
Devontae Parker, the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Devontae Parker, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 9, check 9.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jackson to throw again. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. The 40. Past the 20. 10. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. John Ross with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Marr now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, you see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Ready?
From the 30 on 2nd down, Manning, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a third interception in half number 1.
Heavy weapon. He's got double up. Cut.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. Third and long. Throwing is Manning. It's caught. Smith. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on fourth. They're going to try a second time.
Run for Mike. Watch one. Watch one. All right, T. Let's go. All right, T. Mike one. Mike. Go.
They do go for it. It's Manning. And it is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. Fourth and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided if there was a time to be aggressive, now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Everyone, you got four. Four down. Watch out.
Use your quarter.
So nice number one.
I go.
Good track.
Snap comes at one. Manning. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Hey, Sam off.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Speed grip.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Fletcher Cox, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here for the 1st and 10.
Set. Ready. Go to base. Choose the mic. Yo. Check it out.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards the pickup there. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Dancing to his left. That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
That's another Bills.
Brown, the lone receiver, left. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. To throw again is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal.
1 yard on the play. It's now third and goal.
Buddy up. 52, right 52. Record. Harper. Where'd he go?
On the ground, Geis. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Darius Geis, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
They keep it with Penny on first down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it second and 12.
You better bring. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring.
So maximum 1.
Come.
Now Manning. Going deep here for Parker. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play there for Indy. And even 50 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Go. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the penalty, it's Penny. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Check 99. Check 99. Undercrush. Hey, lock it. Undercrush.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Check. Hey. Rock it. Clear.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
Fair. Joker. Sit up. Hit it.
Another try for Penny. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Go. 60 Pittsburgh. Leo.
Here's Penny. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal from the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Hopkins' kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board. But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole, setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, this is Geis. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm here all day. Hey, check 24.
Here's Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. From the gun, Jackson. He wants it all for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will it be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows?
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Jackson. Going to throw again. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
On the set. Here we go. Where's the mic? Watch one. Watch one.
Hey, tighten down.
Hey, high 7. Let's go.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Penny. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check the backer. Switch. Kill. Hard. Kill. Turn up. Get it.
And running the jet sweep here to Parker. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Manning. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Fletcher Cox in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
Smooth. Ready. So nice number one.
Manning indeed going for it on fourth. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. Parker unable to get that one. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Jackson. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
58 to Mike. Switch.
They go play action with Jackson. Got him in. It's Brown. A good pickup there at 22. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And Jackson throwing once more. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and get it with Geis. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now it's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Now Jackson operating from the gun. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Timmy Jernigan with a sack. 4th down, here's Jackson. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is going to be incomplete. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Manning. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
At the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the curls. Watch the curls. Showing it. Showing it. Oh, try.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Staying on his feet. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson, he's going to look deep down, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw, it's Manning. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They're already slim. Hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Line 6. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Manning to throw for it on 4th. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The former star at the University of Buffalo, Khalil Mack. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Yeah.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. From 6 yards away. And the Bills will add on to their lead. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Manning again here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Manning now to throw. And he finds Parker here, complete. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
Hey, Sam off. Under 10.
They'll go for it. It's Manning. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position.
Here we go, D. All day, defense.
Play action. It's Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The linebacker, Jordan Hicks, flying in there for the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Jackson. This will be caught by Brown.
They don't want it.
13
Keep
yards on the play. Brings up third down and 7.
Let's get it.
The Bills on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Jackson looking for the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And watch the leg. 25, check 25, check 25.
They're going on fourth down. It's Jackson. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Hakeem Butler, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
Going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Get in the weight room. Hey, Alpha. Here we go. Here we go. One's the mic. Watch 1. Watch 5.
Now Manning. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
To throw on 3rd down. Manning. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Check Mike, 6, Mike 6.
On 4th down, Manning. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. He was looking for Parker that time. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. To throw is Jackson. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Manning going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. To throw is Manning. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Parker, the intended target.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun.
Check 43. Shift. Go. Hot seven.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a 1st down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Yeah. Watch Mike.
Watch the slant.
Check. Crunch. Back. Squeeze. Shut up.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Ready up.
Mike, whoa. I don't think you got it, son.
Hey, watch it.
Buzz.
Now.
So after the INT, it's Manning. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Throwing again on 2nd down. Manning. Khalil Mack in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bills, they'll hit double digits with their 10th win of the year, and they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, it's another week to forget as they're going to fall to 1-12 now on the year, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Oh, damn!